Okay, greetings, salutations, good afternoon. It is Passionate Bliss, and I am here with episode 5 of Married at First Sight. Our couples are still on their honeymoon. They are still getting to know each other. They are still open to exploring with each other. So, let me get back to my couples. Let's see, starting with couple number one, who is going to be Sean and Nikki, my older black couple. Um, let's see, they are at the beginning of the episode growing this bond that's just adorable. She is opening up like a little flower to him. He is being more, she's being more frank and open and honest with him. She's talking about her past, which she seemed to be guarded about, and now she's opening up. They are sweetly and clearly communicating their needs, and it comes out and it gets a little bumpy when he realizes that he is misreading her physical progress in her comfortability with him. She's getting more comfortable with him physically, so she is touching him more, she's kissing him more, holding his hand more, and he is misreading that as desire. I think this is a fundamental thing with a lot of men and a lot of women, is that some men don't know how to touch a woman without it leading to sex. And it seems like he's this guy. That's what it's looking like right now. She's just doing it because her affection for him is growing. Her affinity for him is growing. So she is becoming more touchy feely, and he is getting aroused, as he says, as she is unaware of this. So I think it is healthy. I think it gave him a little blow to his ego, and he's also in denial a little bit because he believes that she's putting on, that she's not desiring him physically. But she's not. She's just getting more comfortable with you physically as her affection for you is growing. So she's getting more affectionate, but he's interpreting it as desire, and it's not desire. She's not attracted to him, but that will grow if he doesn't kill it with his personality and his insisting, never ending request for more and more physically. So he's about to shoot his own self in the foot, trying to get more than what he's really owed, and feeling somewhat entitled to more. But he knows he's not entitled intellectually, but he still actually wants more. So he just for some reason can't get a hold on himself to tamp that down. Put that on the back burner. Put it out of your mind completely. And don't read nothing into it. And she is communicating to him, no, you're reading too much into it. And he's hearing her, he's acknowledging her. And the thing is that they're both such good communicators that they tend to communicate over each other. And they have to remind each other, let me finish, let me finish. And that's okay. I think they're going to find a balance with that. And so, because they're still being patient with each other, and they're still being respectful with each other, and they're still trying to be heard. They're trying to understand and to be understood, which for me is the purpose of communication. I think they're struggling, but the communication is good and it is still present. And so I'm hoping that this will mellow out and he will come to accept this, or at least behave as if he has accepted it. And Mecca seems like he's doing the same goddamn thing, except I'm confused with Mecca. I think mostly because he's 28 years old and I'm 54. So it's hard for me to remember back to when I was dealing with people who were this age. But, he, for some reason, and I'm still puzzled at my age, feels a need to let her know that I think you are more attracted to me than I am to you, but you're hiding it. But apparently his spidey senses can tell him that she's more attracted to him than he is to her. And also, he lets her know that he believes, in spite of that I am outdoing you with the affection. And I wonder if I'm embarrassing myself by being overly affectionate. So now he has confused me, and I consider myself the oracle. And I consider myself to be highly perceptive, highly able to hear what's being said and what's not being said, and to understand the nuances of multifaceted conversations and dialogue and human need. And he has confused me. Number one, what is your purpose in letting her know I think you more attracted to me than I am to you? What is the purpose in letting her know that? Are you trying to tell her to back off of you? But how can that be when you then proceed to say, I'm outdoing you with affection and I think you're hiding it? So what is the point? Maybe one of y'all can help me understand, because this boy has confused me. I don't understand. Is this a complaint? Is this a flex? Is this a compliment? Because at first I'm thinking, oh, she must be doing too much and he's trying to tell her to back off a little bit. I feel like you're more attracted. But then you say she's hiding it. But if she's hiding it, then it can't be that she's doing too much and you need her to back off. And then you say, I'm outdoing you in the affection. So is that a complaint? Do you want her to come forward? Do you want her to come back? Do you want her to back up? And I wonder if I'm embarrassing myself by being more affectionate than you are. So I was right. He does not understand social cues. I was right about that. I made an assumption based on very little. And now he's reaffirming to me that I was correct. He does not understand how to read social cues. And then also he doesn't know how to communicate his confusion. And he's also not letting her know what it is he wants from her in this moment. So she is then forced to try to deal with the information he's given her and decide what her course of action should be. So what she does not like is that you're saying, I'm more attracted to you physically than you are to me. As women, we don't typically have that problem. We typically have the problem of keeping this guy's hands off of us. So if I were to receive that information from a man, which I never have, I would do with it the same thing she's doing. Excuse me? I'm more attracted to you? Well, let me dial this all the way back down to 0 so there can be no confusion as to who's attracted and who wants what. Which is what she's doing. Because she clearly is not used to being told that either. And that's the only thing that we can interpret that he's trying to let us know this for. Is that you need me to dial it back. And so, because he hasn't said what he needs, what the purpose of this conversation is. Now, because I'm 54, I can sit down and say, what is the purpose of this? Because I feel like you want me to back it up, and I can do that without a problem. Because I get you didn't pick me. You didn't walk up to me at a bar. I didn't walk up to you at a bar. I didn't pick you. So I'm not trying to do more than I should. I'm not to have, as they say, I'm not trying to put too much dip on my chip here. So Mecca has confused me because it seemed like the attraction was mutual to me. And he seemed like he was wanting the attraction. So he's giving mixed signals here. And I don't know what to do with that. And it's not going to go well for him. And he even looks weird at the end of the conversation. So now I see why his daddy was trying to help his dumb son. And this is unkind of me to say. He's clearly not dumb, I think. But right now I can't tell. So Mecca was coming off looking like a rose, and now I'm about to worry about Mecca. He's about to mess up his happy home. So hopefully they can come back from this. I don't really know what he's doing at this point. So my two black couples are on a slippery slope. And I don't know where they're going to end up at. Let's see. Now, my next couple that I have on my list is Felipe and Tori. They are cooking with gas. I don't need to say too much of them. He's just letting her know that he's developing feelings for her. She's nodding and she's saying we can do this. They're dancing, they're kissing, she's receiving roses. They're the top couple right now. Marissa and Adam, who I still think are going to fail, they're also in the top runnings right now. They're getting along well. There's a lot of chemistry, a lot of kissing. They seem like They're going to be really compatible. They have no complaints about one another. And I have no complaints about their interaction. It's highly physical, it's highly flattering, it's highly congenial. I still think they're going to fail, though. But I would love to be wrong because I'm a romantic at heart. Michelle and Cameron, they seem like they might be trying to prove me wrong when I'm the oracle. But they are, they seem to be physically getting used to each other. He is physically warming up to her. He's creating less distance physically between them. He's more touchy and, affectionate with her, rubbing her arm and all that kind of stuff. They're talking, they're laughing. They had an actual discussion about a chores list and how to compatibly coexist at home, which I thought was very healthy. He agreed to take out the trash, as he should. He discussed having a chores list and a grocery list, and that is very healthy. She goes, "Oh, I feel like I'm talking to my dad." No, you talking to somebody who wants to run his household without any hiccups. And that's very appropriate for him to do that with her. So these two might do more than I think they're about to do, because I thought that he was the weirdo and he was the problem. I didn't identify her as the problem, but it seems like he's trying to come out of his weirdo stage, although he does admit to being skittish and having thoughts of wanting to run. But because he likes her so much, he's not running. So we'll see how that continues to go. But he looks like he's getting over himself. And so in that case, they might actually make it. My next couple, Dean and Caitlin, the rugby player, and the woman who calls herself a black cat. He is struggling. He is suffering. This man is warm and affectionate. This lady is cold and distant. And she's giving him crumbs, a peck here, a smile there. And she thinks that she's having a great day. She was at the water park with him, wasn't showing any progress with bonding and warming up to him at all than they had on the first day they met. Even though they're sleeping in the bed together night after night, she wants more distance. He wants more closeness, and he's getting more and more miserable. And now she's starting to feel awkward or uncomfortable or like she's disappointing him because she is disappointing him. And she's starting to feel that she's disappointing him and upsetting him, and that is upsetting to her. I mean, she really wants to give him breadcrumbs and expects for him to be satisfied because she has learned to exist on breadcrumbs. She has learned to be satisfied with breadcrumbs in connection and affection. And she really wants him to be satisfied with what she's doling out to him. And it's actually pissing me off. And he's disappointed. I think he's losing hope. He's losing faith. And he's right to do so, because this is a dead end right here. If this is what she's going to do, and she thinks this is great and they're having a good day, then he is going to be miserable. This is not going to work. It's not acceptable. It's not satisfactory. And I don't know many men who would be satisfied with them, who actually do like women and who actually do want a connection. So, yeah, they're definitely going to fail. And I did not have them pegged as a couple who was going to fail. So I'm wrong in that account. But that's because I didn't know she was a weirdo. She hadn't opened her mouth yet. Let's see. Nick and Courtney, who was also, she was a weirdo. She's the weirdo. But they seemed like they had a turning point when they went out on the boat. And she actually, I guess, got close to tears, but didn't manage to shed one. And she did let him know, finally, which I'm glad, because she was complaining to him about everybody. She was complaining to everybody about him except him. So he was not knowing what the problem was. But she let him know that she's not a mushy gushy girl. And again, that causes me to wonder, why do you think somebody's supposed to get into a relationship and have a wife that they are not going to be mushy gushy with? What you're calling mushy gushy is, affection and being emotionally available and sentimental. But you want somebody to be okay with that, with the little crumbs that you want to give. So she says she's not mushy gushy. But then she goes ahead and gives him permission to be goofy and outgoing when she was literally chopping him off at the knees and shutting down everything he proposed, everything he brought up. So when you do that, people close down. And then now she's saying, I'm bored. Going on to tell everybody how she's bored. She wants to shoot herself. She don't want to talk to him. Because you shut him down and he quit talking to you. Now you give him permission to be goofy and outgoing. And so he's opening up to her. And now they're having fun again. So I don't know if this is going to be a repeat occurrence with her where she shuts him down, then turns him on. Then shuts him down, then turns him on. And so now she's laughing and smiling and talking with him and being goofy with him. And he's being, more open and funny with her because he's not getting shut down. So this lady's a weirdo. And I don't know, and she finally did also discuss with him the fact that he's been on these reality TV shows and what does this mean? And he's able to address that. And so it seems like maybe they can move past this and actually get to a real connection. But it's too early to tell. So I still have suspicions that they're going to fail because she's already shown that she's a weirdo. So if she could put the weirdo to bed, they may actually beat the odds that I've given them, which were 0. And this is the MAGA couple. So we'll see how that goes. That's what I've got for episode 5. Episode 6, I'm probably not going to get to till tomorrow. I've already watched 2 episodes in one day. That's the most I'm doing. So we'll go from there and continue on this journey together. Let me know what you think about the couples. Let me know if you understood Mecca. I don't think I get many men to watch my channel. It's primarily women. But if there's a man that could tell me what he is trying to do here, could you let me know? Because I'm like for real lost. And I'm the oracle. You don't do the oracle like this. So anyway, comment below, like the video, subscribe, etc., so on and so forth. Y'all have sweet dreams. Wake to find them real.